Hi, this is Giovanni Simpson, and I'm doing Ethics Case 3 for my practicum class. And the case that I chose to do was a case on academic issues, remediation at Downtown Community College. I found that to be parallel to my experience. I work at a community college and I work in basic skills. And this case is about Miss Joanne Arredondo, Robert Montoya, Claire Hatchie, and Richard Eggers. Joanne Arredondo is the main character. She is the director of Developmental Skills Department of the Developmental Skills Department and a faculty member for 21 years. Her job is to handle those students that are challenged when they come in. And one of those students is Roberto Montoya, age 19, who is charged with, when he comes to college, he has to go to developmental courses. He's not able to take regular community college courses, as a large portion of their students are, and so due to his financial aid, due to the issues that are found in that, I found a correlation by me being a basic skills instructor and learning about how to supervise these type of programs where the students are in developmental courses. All my students are in a developmental course, the GED class at the local prison, and some of them will go on to community college courses, which most of them have goals of doing that while they're incarcerated, because we do offer electrical classes. We do offer higher, they do allow them to go to universities and to community colleges and get degrees at my institution. They must first, the majority of them, they must first take developmental courses to get their GED on a certain level. And so the issue in this case is about the transition that basic skills department is going through under Miss Arredondo. Number one, the issue of funding, and we are faced with that now at Cape Fear Community College, trying to do more with less. The issue of a changing department. Community College at Cape Fear is changing, as is the whole state of North Carolina. They're changing the whole GED process. They're moving from paper-based to computer-based, and in this transition, the whole test is changing. And so all the students who do not have the GED within another 5 or 6 weeks will have to start over, and what they're starting over with will be closer to high school requirements. It will be a great difficulty in getting the GED. And so I'm faced with a transitioning department, and that also parallels this case study, because many of the teachers in this department were very upset at how it was going to affect their tenure getting this new computer-based, or in the case study, they were developing to a computer-based system. At Cape Fear Community College, we are transitioning to a computer study in another 6 weeks, computer-based GED in another 6 weeks. And the issues are parallel, because not only will it be more difficult, not only will it not be paper-based, but as we transition to computer-based, will we need as many professors? Number one. Number two, what will they require certification? That's the main issue. And so as a leader, as I observe this with my supervisor and with my practicum director, my practicum supervisor, I've got to interact and learn how to deal with not only students, because as things change, I've still got to prepare my students for the upcoming change in 6 weeks. I've got to master this new system, which which is another college course I've got to take in the next 6 weeks at Cape Fear to master this new system. And then I've also got to fit the requirements that the state of North Carolina are going to place on me to pass this. And so I found this to be so similar to exactly what I'm going through now. And so now the last point that I'm required to make is what should I do? What plans and would I implement? Okay. Now, what Cape Fear is required is a seminar, which I went to Friday, and then a college course that trains on how us instructors, how to teach the new levels of GED, which is more rigorous, very much more rigorous. I would have begun to prepare the instructors before 6 weeks prior to the change. I'm doing it now 6 weeks prior to change. I would have done that a much sooner, because the turnaround is too great and the material now has become too arduous to master in 6 weeks. So they've implemented a concept of team teaching, where you can concentrate on one subject instead of 5. I agree with that. I feel like that will also help, because if you team teach with someone, you can remain on your strengths while working on your weaknesses. So I would have done that. As it pertains to the students, they're unaware of the changes, and I believe I would leave it the exact same way. Now, Miss Arredondo is faced with having to, in the very end, get back to her faculty and give them an update of the future of the department, their tenure, are their jobs secure with all the changes. And I think that the best way of doing that would be to, train the teachers, but help them to prepare themselves for the impending change at a longer interval. Ms. Arredondo's faced with a very hard issue, because she doesn't really understand the change. The change was thrown upon her. She didn't know anything about the computer program, the math department taking over some of the basic skills in the ESL, and so she had challenges. In my case, I did know about it, but we weren't prepared for it. Thank you. I'm at 8 minutes, and I believe that's where we'll stop.